The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here on this Tuesday, the 9th of September. Looking at the Dow up 17 at 45,530. The S&P is down a little bit. Oh, it's now come back a little bit. It's up $1.60 at 64.97. The QQQ NDX 100. We've got that down a fraction at 578.80. IWM, the Russell 2000, is down $1.41 at 236.84. The XLK, that's the S&P Select Spider, down 12 cents to 264. I do want to look at the SMHs. Very important. SMHs are holding quite nicely. They're up 66 cents at 297.17. I want to go to gold. Gold is up 12 at 36.89. Just a spectacular move. This is a leg C. It should still try to go a little higher over the next day or two. And then I think it's due for a little bit of a rest. That's easy to stay. Silver is down 53 cents at 41.35. Just made a leg D yesterday, so maybe it's a peak D today, and that's what I'm anticipating. I'm anticipating some kind of just a little digestive phase to start off with in gold and silver. I do want to look at the dollar DXY. There it is. The dollar is making lower lows. EUR, USD, haven't updated that for a while. I haven't updated that for quite a while. This is peak A, B, C, D, E. Okay, this is done very nicely, but it's in a rectangle formation in the weekly chart, and the 138.20 level. Is that correct? That'll be the rally. So I need to look at it. Yeah, 1.173 USD JPY. That's the yen. The yen is trading right now just like the dollar is pulling back a little bit at 147.06. Now, I do want to look at the TLT because the TLT, this is the leg D, maybe a peak D today, but this is the yields going down because the TLT, the bonds are going up. So look at the TBT, that's the yield. There it is. Down, was a little up today, up 44 cents at 34.07. But look at that nice peak E pullback, arch formation. We're right under the left side low. This is going to be very interesting because it looks like the yields do want to go low, and that's going to help the Fed make some kind of a decision. Now, what am I missing? I'm missing the IYT. Transportation index made that peak E in the 70, just over 73 the other day, about 2 weeks ago. Now it's at 70.53, just kind of struggling. And now there's one other thing that was really important at this particular time. Oh, of course. How can I forget it? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is trading unchanged at 112,048. To me, this is just a bit of a struggle. It hasn't really broken out until it gets to the 115,500 to 116,100 area. It looks to me like it's just digesting huge gains, just kind of stuck for a little while. Now, I don't think I've forgotten anything on the short term. I'll just do quickly. I'll do the crude oil again. Crude oil is up 83 cents at 63.10. 9-period moving average hasn't turned pink yet. Now, I need to do this right now because I had a question about Apple, AAPL. Apple has this meeting going on today, a discussion about, well, not a discussion, just celebrating all the new products, but not that many new products, I guess. Peak C right now is down 136 at 236.43. It needs to get, just to make that leg D, which I think it'll do over the doji candle of 240 open round number on the 5th of September, and it needs to get to the 241.33 level, 1 penny higher, to be able to go to that leg D. So I did that. I had a question about RZLV we were looking at the other day, and it was doing very nicely. I hadn't heard of it before. Now I certainly have heard of it. This is... Where did I type it? Did I type that on the chart? No, I didn't. So this is Resolve with a Z, AI, PLC. This is like a SPAC. This is blank check company, and it's a huge move to the upside percentage-wise, up 16% and up 75 cents at 537. Good eye, hello. This is really a nice pick. Great move. Okay, so that's up at 537. Very strong. Key support now is between 490 and 480. The other one I wanted to look at was CRCL. Not sure what they were doing there. This is the first time it's got a green candle for at least over a week, just making lower lows and lower highs. It's trading at 117.88, up 542. Wow. All I can say is that this is at a very difficult time since the IPO down the 50 area, screams up to almost 300, and it comes tumbling down. Here it is at 117. I just be real careful of this. If you are going to get into it, let me just see. Yeah, if you're going to take a position in it, this is probably the perfect time at 117.98 in the sense that the 9-period moving average right here. So the pink 9-period moving average underneath the black 14-period moving average, there's a lot to go before it gets to it probably has to get close to the 134 200-period moving average before that pink turns green. But the MACD, which is flat, is just trying to turn. Nah, it hasn't yet. I was going to say it's trying to turn positive, but it hasn't. And the stochastics at 12%. I don't really see anything in that. But if you want, you can just nibble at it. Personally, I would rather take an option call if you can, if you use options, and go out. Look, this is September. I'd go out to October. October, that's the third week, maybe. Third week, that's the week of the 17th of October. Is that enough time? Yes, I'd say I'd go to 120 call, and I'd go all the way out to October. I just wouldn't get too carried away right here. It really needs so much work. In fact, it has to reconfigure to be able to turn a very negative spike to the upside that took back just week after week after week, lower lows and lower highs, to be able to build some momentum to the upside. And the 200-period moving average is 134 in the daily and 137 in the weekly. It's got a long way to go there. So I'd just be very careful. You could just start a little position if you want. I would add to it only on the condition that it goes to a decent peak A, pulls back, and then starts a leg B. On that B, I'd have a little more confidence. All right. So that's with that said. Let me see. There were two other questions I had. I just need to get there. Okay. Next question was that for me? IWM? Yeah. So you look at the IWM. The Russell 2000 has just had a nice stair-step move up. Pulls back, up, pulls back, up, pulls back. And it's working its way towards the 244 double top of 2021 and then 2025. And this would be the triple top that it goes to. And I think it's becoming a magnet. It is going to get there. But on the way, it could be a little bit bumpy. Just from here, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a little longer before it breaks into the 241 area. Once it's at 241, it's just an eye blink away from 244. I'll be back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Yeah, so I did that to RZLV. That's that one. Oh, then a question came in. Could I look at, where did it go? Okay, I looked at Alcoa earlier on, so that's a good question. Oh, there it is, Zip. Irene, Basil, please. I have October in the money calls doing okay. Okay, let me just check this out here. Irene. So I've called it Irene. I still haven't heard anybody pronounce it. I don't want to make it sound like Iran, so I called it Irene. So I-R-E-N. So this is one that we got into about, a week or so ago, just before the earnings came out, but I've loved it. I've followed it for a long time. This is the former Iris Energy Limited. IREN is a symbol. Irene Limited, ordinary shares, does next generation data centers, renewable energy, GPUs, etc. I loved the whole story. Not that I understood everything about it, but it seemed to me that it was doing exactly what we wanted. I've been trying for subscribers throughout the year to try to pick what I thought would be the in-performance area, and it hasn't always worked, but a lot has worked. We've had a lot of stocks that are at all-time highs or close to all-time highs. So this worked out very well because it had the earnings. And then what it did was it popped to 30.01, all-time high. The previous high was 28.25 back in November of 2021 before going down to $1.02 in November of 2022. So we picked up on it late. We got in at 22. And then what did it do? It popped to the 30.01 area, all-time high, the same day that it opened at 30.00 round number, and then it pulled back, went just underneath, twice it went underneath the gap up day. That was the gap up day of that was September the 2nd. Yeah, September the 2nd with a low of 25.40. And then yesterday it was kind of meandering around. And then overnight, I noticed all of a sudden that it was up $2.25. And today, right now, it's up 28.42 $2.20 at 28.37. Doing very nicely, and I drew in the rectangle and I said, I suspect this is going to be the play for the next week or so before it either breaks decisively above into the 31, 32 area, or it slides underneath 24 to start filling the gap. My feeling was that there was still upside bias based on a whole thing that I showed my subscribers last week, how the gap, the formula that I would use for the gap, and so far it's held within that formula, but it's also changing character a little bit, because yesterday at the close, I was thinking, this is going to make the midpoint, about $28, a really strong resistance. But if it was able to close above 28.10 in the next day or two, that would say now it's leaning towards having a lot of action on the upper part of the rectangle. Remember, I've done the webinars on rectangle formations. So that's really important. All I can say is by Friday, if there's even a nick, it doesn't have to close, it just has to nick the low of 25.31, which was 2 days ago, has to go under that, even by a penny. It doesn't have to close it. That's starting to suggest that the upside is going to be very strong resistance, and the downside is going to open up as support that maybe will give. So I'm looking at this. I love the action so far. I love the action altogether in the weekly chart, the way it's walked, not the black 14 period moving average, but the green 9 period exponential moving average. It's way above that. And I love the fact that within the context of the, let me just open this up a little bit, the monthly chart, Irene, I'm going to call it without the E at the end. I love the fact that it is trying to close above the 28.25 level from November of 2021. That was the high. Now, it's taken 1 month to go above, and it's taken another month, which is just a couple of days in, to, actually, what do I mean a couple of days? It's 2 days. No, a couple of days into the month to go above, but that's not good enough. It's got the whole of September. So looking at this green candle right here, the monthly candle, since you are looking at October in the money calls, I'm going to suggest to you that this should try for, and now this is all absolutely speculation, because all I can do is I've done the expansion, and it went exactly to the expansion, which was 28.98, so it's gone above that, so it's accomplished that. Now I have to look at the next thing, and the next thing is within the, should I go 120 minute? Yeah, within the 120 minute chart, look, this is very interesting. Look what happened. It went to a peak G. Look, it went to a peak G, pulled back quite sharply, and under this candle right here, that can't be A. You have to wait for peak. Yeah, let me get rid of that. So that is, okay. So as I'm looking at it right now, it has until, today's Tuesday, it has until Thursday at about 1 o'clock to tag the high of 30.03 that was made at 11:30 on the 3rd of September. That's number one. If it closes above that, and certainly if it closes in this move now, which is only a leg, I can't really see because it's got too many things going on there. Yeah. I'm going to suggest, okay, let me do the numbers. So that's 2644, 2640, 2044 came from 30. 27, there it is. So that can't be. So this is A, this is leg, gray leg B. Right now we've got gray leg B. If it goes 1 penny above the 30.03 high of the 3rd, you never get H's in the Chapman methodology. That'll become whatever this letter is here. So it's either going to be a B or a C, whatever it is. I love what I'm looking at. And the reason why I'm micromanaging right this very moment is because this market is struggling a little bit. We've got new all-time highs in some sectors, and some stocks are tagging all-time highs and then pulling back from that. So I'm going to just suggest right now that the weekly chart is strong enough with the stochastic at 87 The daily stochastics down at 73, so that's not quite as strong. And the monthly stochastics at 76%. So all I can say is that within the context of the candles that have been produced thus far and the long wicks that we've had for 3 weeks now, out of the last 3 weeks, you've had long wicks. This week is still in progress. If this week goes above that 30.03 into the 30.51 area, so midway into 30, that's going to be good. And that'll suggest that my target then would be for October. I mean, we're talking about weeks and weeks and weeks. We're talking about 7 weeks or so. If that's the case, I'm going to suggest that there is a chance that Irene is going to get to the 34.80 area in September. Wow. That's speculation. That's my speculation. I hope that helps you. I'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
I just wanted to clarify that Irene is trading right now at 28.04, up $1.85. I was talking about the upside because you're looking at a call option way back into October. But I also have to tell you, in the interim, be prepared that this, if it breaks under 24.50, then the high that was made on the 28th of August, before this whole, can you believe that it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sessions since that gap up of the 28th with a high of 24.29, that it's been up in the stratosphere, right? So you've got to consider that if it starts to fill the gap, then the area between 24 and 22.80, that can be filled in. But you asked me about way into October, and that's what I'm looking at. So let's just keep that in mind. But in the meantime, I just want you to be prepared. You could see a 3-point pullback in the interim, or even a little bit more. I'm looking out. And the next question came in and said, hi, Basil. A new ground floor microbiotech opportunity, Tello, T-E-L-O. Tello. Oh, Tello, like Shakespeare. Oh, look at this. Wow. Wow. This is one day you're trading in the ones. The next day you're trading in the 280s. The next day all right. You're looking at biotech. So biotech, this really looks like biotech. All I can say is that I can't do it on the chart. You can do it through your through the different protocol that the formula that it has to go through as a biotech to be going through all the different stages of acceptance, etc. But as I'm looking at it as a chart, I'm just going to say to you, big red candles that gap up and then give everything back the very next session, start to go to lower lows. That is really, I mean, this is where you put it aside. You say, I love the stock at $1.36. I'm buying X amount. I'm not even looking at it, but I'm going to set an alarm that says, if you hit 2.20, ring the bell, okay? And that's all you can do. But as a chart, the best would be that if for a whole 3 weeks, not just 1 week, not just 2, but 3 weeks, it starts to push above $1.80, preferably above 2, and then over those 3 weeks, it makes higher highs and higher lows and doesn't break $1.50. To me, that's the way I would look at that and say, that is normal positive action on a stock. Forget about the price. I'm talking about the chart pattern that says that this inverted Chapman wave Roman candle, green candle of the week of the 18th of August with a high of 310 and a low of $1.13 and an open of 1.16, that you need to get into the wick, and the only way you're going to get into the wick decisively is to really power above 268 for an entire day. It's a weekly chart. I'm saying entire day. All right. Hope that helps you. But yeah. The next thing we're looking at is AA. AA is Alcoa. I looked at it this morning. I thought this is very nice action. Not great action, just very nice action going from the 21-ish area into where it is now, 32. And it went to peak D, then an E, and then it just snuck above to an F and then a G. So this almost looks like a brand new, not a G, but a G/B. Nothing to see here, but I'll tell you what I would do. So who asked me that? If it's who I think it is, then I can answer it the way... Yes, it is. It's Peaky. So Peaky likes to look at the long term. I'm going to suggest that because of this move right here today that went to 32.91, that this could in fact be a gray A right there, A, and today's action isn't a G, but it's actually a G/B, and I'm going to say yes. I was going to put this on my list, but I promised my subscribers that I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive up until this past week, and then after that I'm going to slow down and go into positions that take a lot more time to build. This is Alcoa is one of those positions that takes a lot more time, but over the next half of 2025 should do very, very well. I wanted to get positions that just really did very nicely after we got into them, even if we didn't get a full position, whatever position we got. Now I think we're in that position where I've kind of used up all the ammunition that I wanted for those areas. We've got two new ones that are going to test my metal a little bit. I love them, but just on a very short-term basis. Will we survive any very short-term stop that I have? Tight-ish stop, I should say. But this one fits the longer category. This is the category that says SLX, which is the S&P. Is it S&P? Yeah, it's the S&P Select Steel ETF 9. I think it might be. No, this could be SLX. Is the Van Eck. This is the Van Eck. So the Van Eck steel, it's just stuck in a range. If you look at the weekly chart, you see the rectangle formation stuck in the rectangle formation. This is a little different. This is one of the components, and this component, Alcoa, that's a steel stock. I'm talking about aluminum. I just used that as a proxy for the cyclical sector. That's the steels. But the Alcoa is in the same sector, just obviously a different material. And let me go back to that. And that just tells me that the 200 moving average of 35.52, you won't see that until it actually closes any particular day above 34.33. Then all of a sudden the 35, 32 area becomes a magnet. Until then, you can go sideways. So to answer the question, in your case, I would say start a position, but that's not the position. This is just the starter position in Alcoa. It has the same implications as the steel sector, although it's aluminum. And if you're looking at Ford, I'm sure they're still using quite a bit of aluminum. Ford's down a little bit, but it's done very nicely. General Motors has done much, much better. It's also down a little bit today, down 45 cents. I do think Boeing has to be using aluminum. Yeah, they're all going sideways. So that just says to me, you need time, you need patience. Start your engine, but only on just get your foot in the door. That's all. We'll come back to it a little later on. I'm going to be in the same position. I do want the latter part of 2025, or at least this next third. So it's in that category. I haven't got there yet. It's kind of the next phase of the stocks that I want to be looking at. The next thing I'm looking at here, the question came in. Did that. Oh, there it is. Can you look at RGTI? That's the GPUs, right? RTGI, Rigetti Computing. Yes. So I looked at this the other day and I thought, this is on my list that I wanted as an aggressive mover. And then I looked at those huge moves up and the big pullbacks. And even though it's making higher highs and higher lows, it really looks to me like it's stuck. RGTI is trading at $15.15 unchanged right now. I'll be back. The Dow's down 16, S&P's down 9.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
So we were looking at Rigetti Computing, and this is what I'm saying. 15.18 right now. It's kind of stuck. So first of all, let me show you. This is the monthly chart, and it had that really sharp move up into the just over 2022. I think it was 2230 or something. Let me just see what it is. 2142, and that was in January of this year, and then it came straight down. Now remember the rule in the rectangle formation, especially the large rectangle, if it comes straight down and then starts to make higher highs and higher lows, there's a good chance, now we're talking about a monthly chart, that over a period of time, in this case it's a monthly chart, so it'll take a period of time, there should be higher highs and higher lows, and it should try to go to the previous major high, which is that 20 right there. That's the January high of 21.42, and right now the previous high is 18. That was just over 18 back in early August. So what I'm looking at, there's a chance that over a period of, so it will be 1 month. So let's go. This is September, October, November, December. That takes you to D. Yeah, okay. So there could be a series of higher highs and higher lows, but there's a chance that it'll get to a D just under, just on, or just above the previous high. That's the January high. And then you got to be careful. Now, the only reason why I'm saying that this looks like it could still do it is because 12.08 is the 9-period exponential moving average. Well, to go from 15 to 12, that's 3 points. It could do that, but it's a monthly chart, so it'll take time. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying by, so let's see, September, October. Somewhere between now and December, there should be a leg D, and it should go into the 23, 24 area. Short term, it looks like there's an H pattern. And this trend line right here, which is almost about to be tested, this one right here, let's go from there to there. This trend line, inside track propellant zone, right there. So let's just say that this is, click, come on, there you go, okay, 14.70. If it closes under 14.17, it's at 15.20, so it's very close. If it does it in the next couple of days, then I'd say just short-term, be careful. So you didn't ask, I didn't get from you time sequences. I've given you mine. Long-term, 2025, it should go way into the 20s. But on a short-term basis, I think it needs to hold between 13 and 12. 1350 and 1280. I don't even want to see it get to the low that was made on the 11th of July, which is 12.08. What I would like to see is that maybe it tags, maybe it slips and doesn't close, but it slips underneath this trend line, hits 14.42, then closes above it, and by next week it's already up in the 1630. The chart itself doesn't look like that's going to happen. So it looks to me like this has got time, much more than price in the shorter term. But looking out, as I say, it's made a peak D in the weekly chart, and I suspect that if it's able at any point to get to 16.80, that's going to be the trigger to start to move to higher highs. I hope that helps you. That's the way I'm looking at it. What's the worst case basis? And you always have to think in a computing area. This is special computing. You've got to consider that at some point there's just some bad news, and therefore the $11 is the 200-period exponential moving average in the daily chart. I don't know what it's going to do to get there right now, but just be aware that that's a possibility. If there's bad news and the whole 14 to 1350 area fails, it could suddenly slide sharper. I do like it. I'm just saying I'm looking at it on a monthly basis, and I think stair-step is the way to go, and it should go into the 20s sometime. I would even say end of October, beginning November. Hope that helps you. Next question came in. Where to go? First in the morning, 350, okay. AVGO, is that for me? I'm not sure, but I'll just have a look at it. Avagio, called Broadcom, AVGO. It took over Broadcom. I wish they had stuck to the BRCM symbol. AVGO is a pain. So it's made a peak C, a leg C in the weekly chart. Come on. There you are, Broadcom. Let's just see. Yeah, so this is an F/A in the monthly chart, a C in the weekly chart, and a brand new A, B, peak C in the daily chart. It should have one little pop to the 355 area, but I just say be careful here, because this particular rectangle that's formed right now after the gap is at the moment, it's very positive. By the end of the day, it'll be much less positive if it actually trades. Is that moving? Yes, it is. So 3, come on, click. There you go. Today's low is 339.57. If today it goes under 337 by the close, that's going to be a problem, because it's going to retest the low of the gap just a few days ago, just above 330. But at this particular point, it's stuck in this range, and it needs to close 2 out of 3 bars, 2 out of 3 sessions. Doesn't have to be consecutive. I say within 4 sessions or 5. It needs to close above 356.34. If a Broadcom, which AVGO is the symbol, is able to do that this week, that's going to be a very good sign, and that's going to help the SMHs. Because if you look at the SMH, look at this left side chart, very different chart. If you look at NVIDIA, that looks a lot more. Look at that. That's making lower lows and lower highs. And we spoke about that. And I said to subscribers, NVD. NVD was what I wanted to buy, the short, 2 times short, and I never had the courage to do it in the 10s. And here it is at 11.05. And I just think that this is going to have much more upside than NVIDIA itself. I think NVIDIA is digesting gains, just a high-level consolidation, but that's going to allow the short to move higher. I don't know if it's going to go much higher than 12, but 11.04 to 12 would be a very nice move. All right, let's go out of this. So a question came in about what happened with Robinhood. Well, all I can say is I'm not complaining. It went to 117.70 was the all-time high back on August the 12th. It tumbles down, and I mean tumbles because it kept making lower lows and lower highs. It was not acting very well, real long. A 95.66 on the low on the 5th, and I said to subscribers that day, I said, we'd like to see if it can get down to the 95s, maybe the 93s. That's where I want to be looking at it for a retest of the highs. Well, I didn't know it would be added to the S&P, and lo and behold, what did it do? Yesterday, it had a huge pop to the upside, and today it went to 117.66. 5 cents away from making an all-time high, making a leg D in the weekly chart. This is very good action, but surprising. Number one, well, it was mentioned last quarter that it would be, and it wasn't. So we're not that surprised. But I think this is an artificial move to that side. I think it's going to give back. Robinhood's going to give back quite a bit of this big gap to the upside. So I wouldn't be wanting to get in right now to add to it.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
All right, so just let me do this quickly. This is the 1 minute E-mini. Here's the 5 minutes. There's that rectangle formation we always look at. So it should work its way towards the 65.05 level. If it does that, then 65.06.50 is the 200-period moving average. It should grab that. If it can get there, it should suddenly grab that and then take a little while and then try to get to the 512 area. But most importantly, throughout the day, I would say a break under 64.85 would suggest that there's something going on and that there's going to be a digestive couple of days here. But as it stands right now, the buying keeps wanting to come in, and that's the way I'm looking at it. There is an upward bias even as we're talking. It's just rallied. And if at any point in the day we can start to see 65.12 being traded, I think that's going to be a very good sign. Now, let me get back to this. So the question came in about MicroStrategy Inc. trading at 326.76 down 3. So I've been negative for a while, even though we're long. Bitcoin via the iBit, the iShares. We've been looking at this as a double top in the 123,500 to 125,000 area, and really taking its time. 9 is still over the 40 in the weekly chart. I like it looking out, but shorter term, it's just been struggling, and that the ETH did take over, but it too now is taking a little bit of a breather. That's Ethereum. So yeah, I would just say I would not be putting money into Monster right now, into MicroStrategy. I'd have to wait a little while. I'd love to see it trading in the 348 to 352 area for about a week, and then I'd say, maybe now it's formed a base. I hope that helps you. So I'll be back with Tommy this afternoon. Most importantly, what I am looking at here, some digestive phases in some of the stocks that have done really well. For instance, look at this GE, all-time high at 284.41 just 3 sessions ago. Digesting gains still very good at 274, down $1.32. So I think that's what we're looking at here. Some stocks that have had really good gains, taking a little bit of a breather. I'll be back later.